Here at the Management Briefing Seminars, there's a lot of attention on diesel engines. And right now I'm talking with Joerg Sommer from Volkswagen of America, one of the leaders in terms of bringing diesel engines to passenger cars. But it seems like sales are slowing down a little bit right now. The take rate is not as great. I'm talking about the industry in general in the US. Is that true for Volkswagen as well?
Not really, actually. We had some up and downs with the gas price deviations in the past, but we are a very strong diesel company in the US. We have an astonishing 70% market share. It's a smaller market, but our customers are very enthusiastic. We are very successful selling our turbo direct inject diesel engines, TDI. It's a really strong brand for Volkswagen in the US. And when you ask customers about the brand's perception, you really see that even reflected in how they respond. They talk about the zippiness, the drivability, fun to drive for Volkswagen cars, and they really appreciate the range they get out of the very fuel-efficient diesel engines we are offering.
There's still in the US market a perception issue. But you're very successful, I think, in attacking that through some of your advertising. Does your measurement of the effectiveness of those ads really reflect what you're trying to get done?
Yeah, it's a really great point you're making, because technology planning and communication really goes hand in hand. And we have a really innovative, funny advertisement campaign running on diesel, and it's hashtag education, old wives' tales on diesel, and it gets a lot of clicks on social medias, but it's really nailing down the issues people have, the prejudices consumers have on range, on the noise, and it's all the contrary. We have high torque, low engine noise, super performance, very affordable technology, and so communicating clearly what is diesel about, modern clean diesel technology and the technology planning really goes hand in hand at Volkswagen.
One of the things that's been a barrier, of course, is the cost of emissionizing a diesel. I'm wondering now that Europe going to Euro 6 emissions, which will also have to have SCR, is that going to bring down the cost? Is there any hope that diesels might become less of a premium in the future?
Well, I think there's always a premium to diesel because they offer more also at the same time. And while we plan for next generation diesels, we are also expanding our portfolio overall in the US. We are investing about $7 billion in the next 4 years between North America and Mexico in new vehicles and going into new segments, SUVs, we already announced at the Detroit Auto Show. And so while we expand in those segments, we also make sure that those vehicles come available to the consumer with diesel technology. And so we stay long-term committed to that technology also in the US, while we add more technology, of course, on the other hand, on our turbo gasoline engines and electrification of the portfolio.
But very interesting. Your Volkswagen clearly is very committed to diesels, especially even in the US market.
Absolutely. It's a strong brand pillar for us, but drivetrains overall is a core technology competence of Volkswagen. So our TSI, our gas engines, turbocharged gas engines, we are now selling 97% of all our vehicles as turbo engines in the US. So diesel will remain a strong pillar while we add further technology in the US.
Joerg Sommer, thanks so much for this update.
You're welcome.
Keep tuning in. We've got a lot more coming to you from the Management Briefing Seminars.
For the people at Dow, racing is a sport and a science. We enjoy one and learn from the other. But like most competitive people, we like winning at both. Working together, scientists and racing technicians study the impact of new lightweight materials. We look back and learn, so we understand a little better what's on the road ahead. This is the human element at work. Dow.